The Cartersville Daily Tribune and his catching ability alone would be impressive. So would his switch-hitting skills. Or his pitching repertoire as a right-hander and a left-hander. And then there is his defensive versatility as an infielder and outfielder. Combining all of those rare gifts is what makes Anthony Seigler, a Georgia high school prospect projected as a late first-round pick in the MLB draft that begins Monday, such a unique talent. "He can literally do everything," said Matt Blood, the USA Baseball U18 director, whom Seigler played for this summer. "He's a freak in that way. I scouted with the Cardinals for 7 years, and I have never seen a guy like that. Few people have. He's the fictional Dos Equis character of amateur baseball, the most interesting prospect in the draft." The 18-year-old Seigler will be picked for his catching, the position he was recruited to play at Powerhouse, Florida, though he can throw up to 90 miles per hour as a right-handed pitcher and in the mid to high 80s as a lefty, and played as many as 4 different positions in a game his senior year at Cartersville High School. "When I think about it, it's definitely amazing," his father, Todd, said in a phone interview. Both of Seigler's parents, Todd and Alicia, were college athletes. As a toddler, he showed an affinity for being ambidextrous. If a ball was to his left, he would pick it up and throw it lefty. If it was to his right, he would throw it righty. There wasn't a negligible difference. When Seigler was old enough, his father bought him 2 different gloves. They would throw right-handed one day and left-handed the next. They followed the same plan for hitting. In the league, Seigler would pick a different side to hit from each at-bat, no matter what side the pitcher threw from him. Getty Images, "It's kind of like playing a musical instrument or learning a foreign language," Todd said. "It became natural to him. I've been doing it my whole life," Seigler said. Ironically, his father had nothing to do with him becoming a catcher. One day, when Todd was warming up a pitcher while coaching a 12-year-old team, the team's catcher got injured and had to come out. So one of the other coaches asked if anyone could catch. Seigler, just 9 then, raised his hand. When Todd got back to the dugout, he asked where his son was. He didn't recognize him behind the plate. He was back there catching a 12-year-old like he had done it before, Todd said. "That was the first moment I was like, wow, that was the first time I thought the kid's pretty special." Seigler, at 5'11" and 200 pounds, throws right-handed from behind the plate or the infield. But he will throw a football or shoot a basketball lefty. He writes right-handed. He throws harder as a right-handed pitcher, but has a quality changeup as a lefty. He used to switch depending on the hitter, like the Dodgers' Pat Fendy, the only switch pitcher in professional baseball, but as he went on, he would start as a lefty and then switch to righty when he got tired. He has a 6-finger glove that gives him the option to switch. He doesn't believe there is a difference when he hits, other than his big leg kick from the right side. "My travel ball coach called me Octopus," the soft-spoken Georgian said. Seigler, a starter on the varsity from the beginning of his freshman season, pitched to a 1.09 ERA over 25 squared innings on the mound this year, striking out 29 and walking 4. But he impressed scouts with his ability behind the plate and with the bat, where he hit .421 with 25 extra base hits and 13 home runs. He also stole 13 bases in 19 attempts and threw out 12 of 21 would-be base stealers. In the Georgia 4A State Final Four, he had 3 hits off top pitching prospect Cole Wilcox, further solidifying himself in front of scouts. He had a really good year performance-wise when everybody went to see him, a scout familiar with Seigler said. "Kind of like a snowball effect, he kept getting higher and higher on draft lists. Getty Images, he's worked for it. Since the 8th grade, he would get up before the sun rose with his father for workouts 5 days a week." Todd suggested it, and Seigler never had to be pushed. He has a personal batting practice pitcher, will take dry swings in his room before going to bed, and owns a rice bucket to build up his forearms when he gets bored. "He'll hit all day if you let him," Cartersville coach Kyle Tucker said. The motivation is wanting to be the best player I can be, said Seigler, who has had individual workouts with the Yankees, Padres, Brewers and Cubs, and will be at the draft in Secaucus, NJ. To do that, you have to do extra stuff, and things people don't really notice. That's where I feel like I've done a good job, going to get it, not just hoping it's going to come. While teams will select him to play catcher, his ability to throw from both sides of the plate and play multiple positions can only help, the scout said. It shows athleticism and a strong work ethic. It also helped create a buzz, and he took advantage of it. You can go another 10 years before you see another guy that does all that stuff, the scout said. Soon, however, Seigler might just be a regular player, if he goes into pro ball. At Florida, he may still pitch some, if needed. But if he does get drafted high enough, and bypasses college, he won't forget about what has made him so unique. I'll become a batting practice pitcher, he said. Yet another position for Anthony Seigler.